Welcome to the LavaSlug podcast with the Lava Boys. I don't know how the intro is going to go from now on, but that's fucking Chili Nelson.
The one and only.
Yep. BDG.
Grant.
And BDM.
BDSM.
BDS.
SM. Dirty Mike and the boys.
Yup. That works. That works. That kind of works.
Dirty Mike.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty fucking Mike. Being dirty over here.
Yeah, that kind of works.
Fuck yeah, boys. We're back at it.
Snap this beer.
Episode 5.
Get after it.
Episode 5. Pop up.
Yeah, dude.
I usually wait to crack it into the mic.
Here's to you and here's to me. And if we ever disagree, fuck you, here's to me.
Yeah,
never heard that one.
You're welcome.
All right, boys. What's new?
Fucking live.
Live.
I had a banger of a fucking night at work. I told you guys about. That was fucking awesome.
You deserve that.
But yeah, aside from work today, I got the next 2 days off. Gonna try and find us a fucking apartment or a house. Cause I'm getting fucking
tired of living in a...
I always got a couple spaces in my house.
Oh yeah. We're just gonna move in.
Yeah.
Just move in with me, dude.
Just be the
we're just gonna move in.
But no, like it's not even my living situation.
That's how far it is.
It's the distance, and on top of that, like, fuck, do I just miss having a fucking living room
and not shitting in a bucket in a farm.
I feel that though.
Yeah.
That's why the place that I got,
I never rationalized.
I looked at 1-1s all across the board, like studio style, like everything, and I couldn't find one that I liked because I wanted to have. I didn't care if it was like living room and bedroom kind of together, and then a living room and another. I had to have a living room.
Yeah,
and it was hard to find like a 1-1 with a big living room, and that's what I found.
Nice,
but like
especially your location,
dude. Yeah, I have a fire location. You guys need to come over and check out my spot now that I got it set up. Yeah, but yeah, it's like 780 square feet as a 1-1, which is fucking huge.
That's bigger than my 2-bedroom that I had in Indiana.
The living room is massive. Like I've said so much about the couch that I bought, but like it's 10 by 8, and it fits in the living room. Like there's plenty of extra space. It's cool.
Yeah, it's always been a big thing for me. Like
but you don't know how much you miss until you don't have it, you know? Because I like entertaining, at least if I want to have a couple of my friends over.
Well, not
to
only
be
that,
like, let's watch a game at my place.
Yeah.
Just to be able to offer it.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
But just like, I used to be really bad about just sitting. Like I'd wake up and like just sit in fucking bed.
Yep.
And so like having a living room.
I've been kind of depressed the past couple of days, and I've made myself get out of my bed and at least go sit on my couch. Yep. And that's not much, but it makes you feel a lot different.
Yeah, it's a step towards the front door. It's a step towards getting your fucking shit going. It was a big thing for me. And I've fallen back into my own goddamn trap again. I wake up and I spend probably an hour just fucking around looking at ESPN, checking what the highlights were from the game.
Makes you feel like shit.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, man. Because I get on there and then
it's a spiral.
Well, I mean, you know how Instagram and Facebook and all that shit is.
They suck you in.
Well, you'll get on there and you'll start looking through funny shit and you'll see some political stuff, and then out of nowhere,
Jews.
David Goggins.
Goggins.
Right up your asshole.
Yep.
Quit being a fucking pussy.
Yep.
Who's going to carry the boat?
Who's going to carry the boat?
Yep.
Just like, I'm just stoned on my couch and I just woke up. Like, I'm not carrying the boats, David.
I'm not
like,
David, calm the fuck down.
We can wait
Goggins.
until I eat second breakfast at least, and then we'll talk about carrying boats.
No, did you hear about the tunnels?
Oh my god!
Right?
Which tunnels?
So there's a bunch. I don't know the entire story in New York. So all these synagogues, these Jewish synagogues,
Orthodox Jewish synagogues.
Orthodox
Are you talking
Jewish
about the guy that climbed out of the fucking sewer drain in New York?
Yeah,
they had dug.
They have tunnels all through New York.
I was wondering, so I don't know if you remember years ago there was a movie that came out, like a vampire, like Strain or something, I think, and like they kept airing these commercials where like rats would just hundreds of thousands of them would just come pouring out of a sewer and like overtake like a Subway or like a diner, and they were running these as like a promotion for their show. Yeah, but it looked so fucking believable that and they were when they were doing these ads, it was like a news anchor. It was like, oh my god, you're not gonna believe it.
Yeah, 10,000 rats.
Well, the Jews did it. The Jews did it.
They've been digging these tunnels underneath
Dude,
there.
they did, and the cops came and like were trying to fill up these tunnels like with concrete, and they were trying to assess the structural damage of the houses that they had like dug parallel along the road.
They're new.
Yeah, this happened.
Well, they're not like new. It took them time to build these tunnels, but I think it connects all the churches.
Yeah, they were trying to connect
something.
different like Jewish locations.
They found a bunch of dirty mattresses in them and shit. Like the cops are trying to get in, and all these Jewish people are blockading.
Yeah, they were all like,
and the police are trying to
body
get in.
shielding into the tunnels.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, let's free associate about these tunnels.
So far out of the loop on this.
I just showed him the videos of it today, and they still haven't.
Well,
released...
let's be fair. I'd seen the videos already. We were just talking about.
I saw that video, but like I said, I thought it was just some like off chance, like, random guy popping out of a sewer drain in New York. And that's not unusual.
Dude, Ian chimed in and was like, dude, I was looking into it too. And there's like no information about what they were actually for or like where they actually went. They were just like speculating like where they were trying to go. But like, there's not any other information on it. No.
My only thing, like, devil's advocate here.
Yeah, for sure. Always.
As far as the tunnels go, I mean, if the tunnels exist, part of me almost thinks that it was mafia and like alcohol, like bootlegging.
No, they're building them.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because I didn't know going into this, like how old the tunnels were. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like,
they were.
It's not like new like this week.
Yeah, they said they've
over
been
the last decade or 2 decades.
No, they said they've been digging them. They've been digging them only a month. That it was the neighbors that were hearing them digging under their houses and shit.
Yeah.
Right. Now my question: Are these people Americans or are they refugees?
No, they're they're Hasidic Jews. Like,
because I know New York has an influx right now of immigrants from the southern border as well as European immigrants.
It's probably a mix of both, but you're probably right. It probably has something to do with
Gaza, Israel, Palestine, Syria. I mean, we're taking people from all over the fucking world.
I bet. Okay.
So that was my concern, was that maybe it's these folks that have recently come in. I don't know.
If anybody knows, drop a link or something. Man. Throw your thought on it, because there's not a lot of information.
Yeah, Cody, if you know, the only person watching.
Yeah, Cody, our girl.
You know what? This makes a lot of sense now with all the Palestine-Israel conflict shit.
That's what I'm saying.
They're probably getting berated on the streets, so they're digging tunnels to get to their houses and shit. I guarantee that's what that is.
A really good.
Since you mentioned that, the only thing I want to say, Gaza and the whole Palestine thing, because we're not a super political channel.
No. Fighting over a strip of desert.
It's fucking stupid.
It's for fucking retarded.
Israel has gotten away with fucking war crime after war crime because of the U.S.'s protection.
They're supported by the major powers.
They do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
And as far as the Middle East goes, man, I know this might get me fucking canceled or whatever.
The canceled podcast.
I don't care. Listen, the Middle East can go fuck itself. Okay?
Yeah, it's desert.
For the last 2,000 fucking years, there has been holy war after holy war after holy war because everyone thinks that they have dominion over Israel, over fucking Palestine, or all these fucking holy lands.
Yeah.
And I'm over it, man. I'm over it.
I'm over it being our problem.
Desert.
Yeah, dude.
For what? Like, why do we have any say?
Every time we eradicate one of these fucking cocksucking terrorist groups, another one pops up next week.
And the terrorists win. Yeah. Because Al fucking Qaeda or whatever.
We just gifted them $800 million worth of fucking equipment.
Yeah. ISIS won. They took over fucking...
a week out. We didn't even get out of the country. And they'd already fucking stormed the Capitol again. Like, so I know it sounds super fucking bad to say, but fuck them. They're fighting over sand. I know that you can look up images on this, but Lebanon, Iran, Iraq, all those countries used to be beautiful, man. They used to have beautiful economies and cities and shit. This all happened because of our involvement.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck out of there. We have no reason to go back over there at all.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say on the topic.
You don't see people fighting over fucking tropical islands.
No.
It's true.
They're always fighting over fucking... Sand or someplace really fucking cold.
Like, why are you fighting over it?
Right?
It's true. Fighting over this shit.
I'm sorry, but like if I'm in Arizona in the middle of the fucking desert and somebody comes over and is like, I'm taking your section of desert. You know what, motherfucker?
Right, I'm
going to go to Florida. I'm out of here.
Right over to the next lot of desert.
The next
or I'm going to bury you in the fucking sand.
Yeah, man.
For real.
And like
for real.
Not on like Middle East, but like worldview. I'm so fucking tired of the U.S. having to play police for everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, why
is it our problem that no one else can fucking figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to go die for places just because like we have some kind of like big brothership over shit?
And like
I
watched
young
Pierce,
Americans.
I was watching Pierce Morgan the other day when he was talking to Vivek Ramaswamy or whatever.
Yeah. He's like
he's a Republican candidate.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the guy. I like a lot of the stuff he said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supporting RFK regardless.
He seems intelligent.
I like the guy. But he was on an interview with Pierce Morgan and they were talking about, that whole Big Brother thing that you mentioned with the US. And, Ramaswamy went back at him and was like, if I'm elected president, this isn't what I'm going to do. He's like, we're not the Big Brother anymore. No one made us the world police. And Pierce is like, well, it's kind of it's assumed. It's assumed by the rest of you. Because you're a bunch of pussy ass little bitches who can't nut the fuck up.
Facts.
And deal with your own shit.
Yeah, figure
Stop
shit out.
asking us to come over and fix everything.
What do we owe them? Like, it'd be one thing if we owed them something.
I think it's something to do with having a military force in these places.
Yeah.
Just to have a presence.
Get out of it.
And then for oil or some bullshit, whatever resource we're trying to exploit.
Yeah. I mean, we all know what Iraq was about. I mean, look at...
Yeah, weapons of mass destruction.
No, look at their oil field.
Yeah. Y'all got oil?
It's all BP, Shell, and Vecron or whatever the fuck the other one is. Exxon.
I love that, though.
Exxon
Valero.
Well, it was Exxon Val. Remember what it was called?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, Exxon.
But that was the reason.
I was trying to get you with a D's nuts joke. Exxon Valdez.
I love the fact though that America's like, oh, y'all got oil? Y'all want some freedom?
We're coming over there.
Y'all want some freedom too?
Yeah, dude.
You want some freedom? You guys are totally fucking wrong. I'm pretty sure we didn't go over there for oil. They bombed our towers. They flew planes over our towers.
You mean the Yemens and the Saudis that were in those planes?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what's funny?
George
Everything,
Bush.
the whole
Mr. September himself.
The whole fucking Pentagon gets fucking decimated, but they somehow find a fucking passport.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go fuck yourself, dude. If anybody at this point doesn't think
somebody
that
took a lighter
was a fucking government hit job, you're a piece of shit.
I like how Building 7 burned down and collapsed the same way, demolition style, as the same other big two.
It didn't fall over. It didn't do anything weird.
And this whole idea that we heard for the last 20 years, jet fuel can't melt steel beams. It doesn't have to, dumbass.
It can just weaken it.
It just has to weaken it to the point that it fucking bends. Or take a goddamn fucking
plane hit the fucking building. A big ass fucking plane hit the building, and that's what took it down. It may have had some help. I don't know. But I heard they had shirts printed already. Like 9/11
I think
memory.
They definitely
like they start like that same.
They lost that $1.6 trillion.
Yeah, it was over $2 trillion the day before.
Yeah.
And it was in that building.
Building 7, the one that never got hit, goes down. That's a convenient.
You know what's fucked up? $1.9 trillion today is fucking pennies.
Yeah.
For the amount of fucking debt we're going into. How much have we given to Ukraine?
Yeah, $600 billion.
Some bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
And he keeps going.
No,
Zelensky keeps going up.
It's over $1 trillion at this point, I'm pretty sure.
It's gotta be, because he keeps going up in front of Congress to be like, I need more money. For fucking what? To trade crypto?
That's it.
The fuck is he doing?
Well, and then on top of that, BlackRock and JP Morgan
and Vanguard start buying properties.
They got the contracts to rebuild Ukraine.
Yeah, brilliant.
No.
Buy land in Ukraine.
You saw this, but it's a huge. It's literally what happened in Lahaina.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Hawaii 2.0.
It's a cash grab.
No, it's Hawaii. It's 1.0.
Well,
originally Hawaii would be.
Yeah, but the same project manager on both.
Yeah, Ukrainian land is super cheap right now.
But they gained the contract from the governments to basically fund the rebuild project for Ukraine. They got all the contracts for it, which is fucking crazy.
Why isn't the Ukrainian people rebuilding it?
That's what we just said. Why don't you fix your own goddamn problems? Why the fuck do I gotta go in my pockets every time China or Istanbul or fucking Croatia, whoever the fuck it is, fucks up? I'm over it. I know that I sound conservative as shit right now. I don't care. I'm over it, man.
I'm annoyed when I fuck up and I gotta pay for my shit.
Yeah.
I know. Why do I have to fuck around with your shit?
I get pissed I lose $10 in the laundry, dog.
Like,
dude, I'm saying, I told you that story about going to the Hard Rock, man. I lost $20 in that bitch, and I was ready to go fucking
For real. Kale's gonna go shoot up a Hard Rock over $20.
Give me my money back.
I'm over here bought in for 50 and couldn't lose, and I was like, "This is the best game ever."
You got lucky. You should have been playing some other shit.
Dude, I should have been playing $100 hands the whole trip.
Honestly,
I was playing $10, $20 hands the whole time. But yeah, no, it was neither here nor there. It was fucking great. Nina was a trooper for sitting behind me and watching.
Yeah, because you were drunk as fuck.
Dude, I was
I'm sure you were
belligerent.
just gambling $100 hands. And I'm sure if I was losing, she would have been like, "We need to go. We need to go." But I wasn't losing. I was having a good time.
I'm sure she's sitting back there like, fuck, he won another one.
Yeah, he won another one. Watch him. He's going to give that lady a $5 coin to hit the bell and ding the fucking bell. I spent probably $150, $200 in tips on dinging the bell. Because, dude, I swear, dude, every time I'd lose, I'd throw her. She'd be about to deal the next hand. I'd be like, "Hold on. Can you do me a favor, please?" And I like slide a 5 over there. Be like, "Can you ding that motherfucking bell for me?"
You ding that motherfucking bell.
Everyone at the table would do it too. Everyone was paying her to ding the bell.
That's awesome.
It was like why we were winning, I think, like superstitiously.
Yeah.
Because we were just fucking going off the bell before every fucking flip. Every time, just bell.
That's awesome.
Bell. But yeah, dude, recently I was trying to take care of more people than I can take. I can't even take care of myself.
Grant's halfway home. If you guys need a place to stay, Grant's got you.
Dude, I'm a big softy for my friends that need anything at all. And
it can be detrimental sometimes.
Sometimes I didn't even realize how exhausted I was until it was all over. Like I had people stay with me, like multiple people, like on and off for it just was like a spur where like 4 separate people needed like 2 or 3 or 4 nights at my place over 2 weeks. It was the craziest
all within
thing.
The same like day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people will suck you. No. There's leeches in this society that don't help, right? Yeah. They're just living from their parents to whoever they can live with, and they'll complain about all sorts of shit.
The hobosexual is what they're called. Because
I'm just bad. I'm a big softie.
And then once somebody was like, "Oh, well, Grant's got a fucking place. We're just gonna piggyback on this guy.
Yeah,
he won't kick us out.
Yeah, it's too nice." Because
I was watching it from a distance happening.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Are you good?" I was like, yeah, it's fine. And then after, I was like, "Damn, that was way exhausting." I like didn't show my face at the Kava bar for like 3 days. It was just
you were being taken advantage of by 3 or 4 or 5 different fucking people at the same time.
Well, it sucks.
You have a 1-bedroom house.
It really does suck, man. Because it's like one of those moments where it's like, man, should I just stop fucking caring so much? Like, you know what I mean? Like you start to look inward and you're like, man, if I just stopped fucking caring about people, like maybe my life, but that's not who you are. Yeah. You know, I've had that self-reflection before where it's like, you know, I've called my mom, been like, man, I really wish you would have fucked me up a little more. Yeah. Cause like I'm way too giving. I'm always trying to help motherfuckers before I eat. You know what I mean?
That's what I was doing. I didn't think once about myself for like a hard 10 or 12 days. And then like I realized like I was like, oh fuck, like maybe my girlfriend wants a night alone. Yeah, and I can't even give that to her right now because I got somebody staying with me. And I just didn't plan it out well enough for.
Well, that's what ultimately drove me out of my last place.
Yeah,
and I ended up in the situation I'm in now because one of our roommates, who I didn't agree he could move in, moved his brother in.
Really?
He asked me one day. He asked me for a ride. Neither of my roommates had a driver's license or.
Oh my God.
Okay, both of them.
You were driving everybody around, and they were chirping on you so fucking hard.
They talk shit all the fucking time about me, about this, that, and the other, and they both played fucking video games 8 hours a fucking day.
It was your house was so fucking miserable.
I hated it, dude.
It was dark.
I'm giving him a ride to the pet store one day, and he's like, "Oh, hey, like I got a question." Okay. I don't like the guy to begin with.
Yeah, you're not homies living together.
Like the fact that you're asking me a question, I already know it's going to piss me off. So, you know, I didn't want to drive you to the fucking pet store to begin with. And so we're going and he's like, "Oh, you know, my family's been pressing me about my younger brother and how like, you know, he needs his own place and this and that." And I'm, yeah, it sucks, man.
Sucks for your brother. Yeah.
And
figure shit out.
He's like, yeah, like they keep telling me like I need to have him move in with me. And I was like, yeah, if you had your own place, definitely.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, you know, but they just won't stop hassling me about him moving out. And I'm like,
pathetic.
Yeah, it sucks. But real quick, before you go any further, no. And he just looks at me and goes, what? And I go, he can't move in with us. No, he can't stay on the couch. He can't sleep on the front porch. Can't sleep in the,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it anymore. Because once you fucking give into that shit,
It's hard to get it out, dude.
They'll clear you out of house and home, and that's exactly what he did.
Really?
He ate all your fucking food.
Dude, this motherfucker, okay? I'm the only one with a car. Remember, I'm the only one that can go grocery shopping on their own with, you know what I mean? So I go to the grocery store. This is why I'd never bought groceries. I literally eat out every fucking day because I refuse to buy groceries for the house.
Yeah.
I bought groceries, came home, put everything in the fridge. I went to go shower to get ready for work. Came back out 20 minutes later. I had a 24-pack Mountain Dew in the fridge. 3 of them are gone. There's only one other person in the fucking house at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his brother who doesn't pay rent, doesn't pay utilities. He's been sleeping on my couch for the last month. And after I had this conversation with him and his brother about how the motherfucker couldn't be here, I told you before he even moved in.
Mm-hmm.
So after a month, my other roommate was like, oh, dude, I'll fucking kick him out, blah, 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 by this date. Well, that date comes. Not a fucking peep out of a Mr. Big Shot.
No.
Mr. I'm so tough, I'll fucking kick his ass out. I'll throw his shit on the curb. No, the fuck you won't.
They were more likely to kick you out. The way they were talking to you.
And so this motherfucker, 3 months, he was at our house. And I got tired of it, dude. You can ask I was ready to kill one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Because I was going through it, man. This last year was an absolute fucking nightmare for me. And I was going through it, couldn't pay my bills. I was fucking barely making rent. You know what I mean? I was hurting, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I was on fucking couldn't keep up.
Bad year, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I closed that business. Couldn't fucking, couldn't get back into a fucking restaurant to save my life because I kept looking for management positions, but whatever. I get to that fucking point and our water had gotten shut off because I missed 2 payments because it was on auto pay for so long and me not having money, I didn't even think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think because I've had auto pay on for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It's gotten paid so 2 months go by, our water gets shut off out of nowhere. Well, I don't have the money to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 days go by, no water. 3rd day I had the money. You know what I mean? I was out hustling, I was getting shit done. I paid it the 3rd day. Well, an hour after I pay it, this cocksucker texts me, hey man, what the fuck's going on with the water? Well, I'm getting it turned back on. I just paid it. The fuck's your problem? And he's like, well, it's been fucking 3 days and we don't have water and you can't pay your fucking bills. Maybe you shouldn't be here. Okay, first of all, my name's the only fucking name on the lease.
Really?
Not yours, not his. So the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
And he keeps talking this shit and I'm like, okay, let me dial this back. And I go, you do remember who you're talking to, right? I sleep 30 feet away from you and I have a gun. He's like, oh, you don't fucking scare me. I'm about that fucking life, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, you're not, dude. I get home an hour later, walk in the door. He's sitting on the couch. Walk in, turn and look at him. He's staring straight he won't even look at me. I'm like, so you're really about that life? I'm right here, man. I'm ready. Whoop my ass, dude. Get after it.
Yeah, for real.
Wouldn't even fucking move. Wouldn't look away from the TV.
Coward.
I was like, I'll be in my bedroom when you're ready for that ass whooping you're going to give me. Come on, bub. I'll leave it unlocked. Like, these are the kind of fucking degenerates.
Pathetic.
It's like, you want to run that cocksucker, be about it, man. Because I am.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, I'll get busy anytime, anywhere with anyone.
Yeah, because if the water is fucking off, so there's somebody on the couch not paying anything, he could pay it.
Yeah.
Was your name still on the lease when you left? Did you ever take that off?
I took it off the lease before we re-signed the last one. So
Okay.
Josh, right before I left,
Took over.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Yeah,
the
because they
only
were
thing that
texting
was
me
in
about the
my
water.
name was the water still, and I did that on purpose.
Yeah, they were texting me about that water.
I let that shit get shut off, and I kept it in my name to fuck them because fuck those guys.
I like that. I like that.
And they were texting Mike saying,
Kinda
all
like,
this
oh,
shit,
your
like,
friend,
your friend's
a piece of shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's clever.
Well,
Eat shit, dude.
I think it's clever.
Yeah,
I like it.
fucking- It was so miserable going over to Kill's house.
Mike
I wouldn't
come
go
over.
in. I would if I needed to pick you up for whatever reason.
He wouldn't come inside.
I would just park
he wouldn't
in
come
front.
hang out.
Dark. There was 4 guys playing video games, and it just smelled.
Did
and
they
it was
play in the living
dark.
room?
Dude, they take over the living room.
Every
Oh.
room.
They'd sleep in the living room.
Blackout curtains, middle of the day. night. It was just,
And if I
it was
turn
like
the light on, I was the Antichrist. It's like, dude, I
crack
can't
den.
see to walk through here.
Yeah,
We've
for
got
real.
lizards. One of them put their fucking lizards in the kitchen. Their terrarium was in our kitchen with cockroaches and crickets on the counter in little containers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where I cook food if I can buy groceries.
None of them had a driver's license. None of them had a car for them to chirp at you at all.
Yeah, for some reason.
It's like it would be like a fucking, I don't know, like a fucking ant chirping at you for not being able to carry a leaf or some shit.
Meanwhile,
you're driving.
I'm running a $5 million a year restaurant over at River House.
Yeah.
Working 60 to 80 hours a week every fucking week.
Mm-hmm.
These two are working at Metro Diner as a line cook, and the other one was a bartender on the island. So they'd work collectively maybe 6 days a week.
Not talking shit about any sort of job, but still, they had no ambition.
None,
they had
at all.
They were comfortable not having shit.
Yeah, they want to sustain mediocrity for the rest of their fucking miserable existence.
It was so. It was.
And if you guys are watching this, get over it.
Don't get never get comfortable.
Sucks to suck, dude. You guys ruined a good thing.
Yeah, don't you hate that? That's what I kept saying when I'd have people over there because I didn't even tell anyone to leave or even like hints at it. I kept like, I'd have a conversation with this person while the other two people were sitting there. We're all in my living room. I'd be like, yeah, I'm just not worried about you because like, I know that you would leave before it ever had to be an issue where I had to kick you out. And that I banked on that and it worked.
Yeah.
They all left without me having to say anything because I kept playing that card being like, yeah, I know I'm down to help you out for a couple of days, but like, I know you're smart enough to leave before I have to
overstay your welcome.
Yeah. And I kept playing that.
That's a good way to say it.
And kept doing it.
Honestly.
And they all left before I had to just like say anything bad.
Yeah.
But it was like drawn out for so long because there were so many people. Like someone would be there for 3 days and then another person would come in and like that other person might have left on the 4th day, but this other person's doing their 3 or 4 days. So it was like a
fucking halfway house,
dude. It was literally like a fold over series. Yeah, and I didn't even realize how freaking tired I was until it was all finally over.
They'll suck it all out of
and
you.
then I was like, wow, I haven't
like Kale's mom
thought about anything other than this.
Well, you know what's crazy, man? It's like given the fact that this last year was as fucking awful as it was for me.
Mm-hmm. You paid your dues.
I've been in such better spirits, man.
Yeah,
like Mike can attest, man. When I was living there, I was ready to put a bullet in my fucking head, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the fuck out by any means necessary. I hated it. I hated everything about my life. I couldn't stand it. And while I'm living a very modest and unusual lifestyle right now, it's been very freeing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not as angry as I used to be. I feel like, I've started to appreciate things a little bit more.
I feel that
freedom is worth its weight in gold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like freedom is worth everything to me. Yeah. That's why I do my own business. So I don't have a job.
Yeah.
It's just because it's just the freedom. I can tell people to fuck off. I don't have to go to work.
Yeah. I don't want to wake up in the morning and know for a fact that someone today is going to be an asshole.
Yeah.
You know
have to go to work at a certain time.
One of the employees, one of the fucking guests at the restaurant. I want to be able to dictate my day. I don't want someone else, and there are so many times like you show up to work and it's like, oh, you didn't do this the other night. Eat shit, dude. I don't fucking care. I make $8 an hour to serve tables. Yeah. You think I give a shit that I didn't wipe that chair off last night? You guys make $80,000 a fucking week. Like we made over our sales for the first month at that place was over $800,000.
Jesus Christ.
I have never in my lifetime worked anywhere that did over $100,000 in a month.
That's wild.
800. Well, I take that back. River House probably did close to $100K in a month, but $800,000 our opening month, and it's only gotten up. Like, you got to be thinking money. Like, we're doing like $1 million a month in that building.
That's crazy.
That's fucking absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you guys I have one fucking table.
Yeah. Fucking Jimmy Stacks over here.
For real.
It's fucking nuts, man. And like,
for real.
I know the whole like leading up to this. I mean, you saw my whole thing. I got hired in June of last year.
You were like not working. They had you 1 or 2 days.
1 day a week for 2 months.
What?
At the different store.
At another store while this one was being built. Because I got hired in June. The restaurant was supposed to open in August.
Were you working at the one in Sarasota?
I was working at the one in Tamiami.
The little one.
Down on
it looks like a
Gulf
bank.
Gate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the oddest fucking. It's right next to a rug store.
Yeah,
and a Gecko's. Like,
what's it called?
That was funny because you were right next to Gecko's.
Well, it's the old place. Yeah, and it's the same thing with the new one that I'm at. They're right next to a fucking 7-Eleven gas station.
Really?
Yeah. Literally butted up like there's a drive between the two of them.
That's weird.
That blows me away because if you've ever been to a 7-Eleven gas station, you know how gross they are.
Yeah, the people that come around them. Yeah,
like people like Boone, right?
Yeah.
Hanging out there.
People like Boone.
Yeah,
Bonehead.
During that whole fucking time, man, I was fucking dogging, man, because I was driving from Mayaca all the way down to Gulf Gate.
That's a haul.
And I had a 900-pound camper on the bed of my truck.
Oh my God.
We tried to build a couple campers.
Yeah.
Finally bought one. Yeah, it was an experimental time.
That was fun. But dude, I was driving back and forth and it just fucking dragged for so long, man. And I remember telling Mike, like, I think it was like September. I was like, dude, I don't know if I can keep doing this.
Yeah.
Because I was working one day a week.
You'd make like $200 maybe.
Yeah, and that would have to get me through to the next week. Because I didn't have another job. And this is something that people don't rationalize, okay? So if you're poor, okay, and you have a job, but you're not making a lot of money at that job, you can't afford to get a second job.
Yeah.
Because the first one, you're not making enough money to even validate getting that second job.
To buy gas.
Especially with how far away I live. I live fucking 40-something miles outside of town. So I was making $200, $300 a week at that place on one shift. And I'd have to carry that over to the next week. But even if I got another job, that $200 wouldn't have been enough to drive back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and on top of that, I still had my student loans, still had my car insurance.
So, I mean, that's a lot of stuff to have to.
It's expensive to be poor.
Yeah, man. And I mean,
very expensive. Buy here, pay here, cars.
One day,
fucking mechanic bills.
One day
you can't buy tires.
I'll break down the stories of that whole homeless couple of months there, because Mike knows the amount of times I interacted with the fucking cops.
Knocking on your door. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah, you can't stay anywhere, man. Even in my own truck. Like we built a camper on the back of it. I would sleep in the camper and like they'd come up. And
you were waterfront for a
yeah, dude, I was down on for like a week. I slept down on the fucking causeway.
Yeah.
Really?
Sparked, yeah.
We built this camper shell on the bed of my truck and I pitched a tent inside of it.
Really?
And I would sleep in the tent in the bed of my truck for months.
Yeah.
Until I got that camper. I was sleeping in a tent on a foam like pillow topper in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, shitty Amazon fan.
Yeah, this little $15, $20 Amazon fan that was rechargeable. And like every morning I'd wake up in a sauna.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
That's what the Florida heat, man. 6 o'clock in the morning. Wild. 6 a.m. every day. I'm up and at 'em because I can't breathe in that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We'd park that fucking thing and have beers and just sit by the causeway.
We went down to the causeway and he was hanging out with me on the bed of my truck, just drinking fucking tall boys. And that same night, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm fucking sound asleep, listening to the waves crashing right by my truck. Fucking peaceful. All of a sudden, I hear a fucking mag light. Boop, 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 outside of my fucking camper. I'm like, I grabbed my gun. I fucking had my gun right behind me. I unzipped the fucking tent. Poke my eye out. Like, you could literally only see my eye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's up? And I like open it up and I'm like, I just literally poked my face out. And I'm like, what's up? And I'm like, what are you doing in there? I'm sleeping. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. The fuck you think I'm doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't sleep here. I'm like, why? There's 13 other cars parked out here. Like, what difference does mine make? And he's like, oh, it's illegal to park your car overnight on the causeway. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem right.
So are we all leaving or like, am I just leaving?
Like, are you going to go every fucking vehicle? Because there are 3 other campers on this row. Like, so, yeah, dude, I drove around for another hour, trying to find somewhere else to fucking post up. I used to post up in front of Mike's shop across the street.
Yeah.
Because Tropicana has a easement.
Yeah.
And everybody parks there.
Fence. There's fucking cars all the way down that fucking strip of grass right on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Fucking Dallas called the cops on me, had me trespassed.
Landlord.
It's not even his property.
Mhm.
It belongs to Tropicana. I looked into it because when the cop came out, I was sleeping in my fucking camper, beat on the fucking side of it. I opened up the door. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? Once again, sleeping.
Mhm.
The fuck's it look like? And they're like, well, you can't be here. You've been trespassed. And I'm like, by Tropicana? And they're like, we can't tell you who. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's the name.
well, that's the only person that could have trespassed me from that property. Dallas can't because he doesn't own it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm across the street from your house, you can't trespass me. I'm not on your property. Eat a dick.
That's such shit.
I guarantee if you didn't have that camper built, you probably could have gotten away with it. Like if you had a normal like tonneau cover, like a cover, and then had a bed in there, and we're more stealth about it because there's cars parked all up and down there. It's just because it's so blatantly obvious.
But the thing is, the cops didn't know I was in there. They had no idea.
Yeah, that's true.
So I could have literally just gone back to sleep, but they would have towed my truck with me in it.
Yeah, that would have been a fucking story.
So that'd have been wild. I just pop out when I get to the tow yard.
Yeah, you're at the tow yard trying to sneak out, and those places are like Fort Knox. You can't sneak out of a tow yard.
The whole way there, I just start slamming bourbon. And as soon as we get there and they park it, kick the door open, jump out naked, covered in shit.
In grease.
Naked. Just shit all over the place.
Yup.
No one's going to touch me. I'm taking this truck out of here right now.
I'm about to commit crimes, bitch.
Commit crimes.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
But yeah, man, it was a wild year.
That's
man.
a fucking.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you some more stories, man. But it's funny because these two guys I work with. Shout out Garrett and fucking Jeremy. Jeremy, he watches our show pretty regularly.
Oh, does he? Nice.
Oh yeah,
Yes, he
Jeremy. Thank you.
But they
Appreciate the support.
they have this running thing called Jokes with Kale at work.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, it's every fucking time those two work with me. They'll stand on each side of me and be like, all right, Jokes with Kale. And I have to figure out how to be funny.
Oh shit! On the spot.
But no, I mean they're good dudes. They'll give me a chance most of the time. But yeah, man, it's funny. Because they're good dudes, man.
Nice.
They both came from Ritz-Carlton up in Sarasota, so they know the business. They know what they're doing. But yeah, Jeremy's a song, and dude's fucking really knows his wine.
Nice.
But yeah, man, fucking homeless Kale. It's been a fun time.
Yeah. Hopefully this is a glow up year, not just for us.
It
but
can't
for
get any
everybody.
worse.
I can't get any sadder. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't be any more sad.
The only worse it can get is fucking somebody tells me I have to live for eternity.
Yeah, that's dark.
That's the running joke is God wants to keep you alive.
Yeah.
It's tragic immortality.
Dude, Mike's been telling me this for years now.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
hate
up there just fucking
Laughing.
just
No,
laughing,
no.
like
He's just
collecting your
stroking
tears,
his short little chub.
jacking
Keep
his dick with
going.
Kale's tears.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm. Like you're not dying.
You know what's funny is like the whole tragic immortality thing.
Mhm.
My cousin Dietrich, we were out drinking one night in St. Pete, and I think I've told you this about the Rick and Morty theory. So my cousin and I were sitting there, and it's like, what if you're like Rick and Morty? How like they jump to a new universe?
Yeah, when they fuck up, they just they just transfer.
So
to
I was a twin. It's called chimerism. So I absorbed my twin. We were connected in the womb.
Oh, you absorbed him from his dick, though. You were so
Shut
gay.
the
You were
fuck
sucking his
up,
dick,
Michael.
and you
God damn it.
sucked his entire essence.
Try to tell a story. I fucking hate my life. This is every minute of every day, just so you know.
Literally,
I
with
love
me.
it.
Why are we even?
So I'm fucking
My
sucking
favorite.
this fetus off in the womb.
You said
We
it, not
just
Mike.
got canceled. So I'm in here, getting my fetus on,
Yeah.
So, but I absorbed all the nutrients that he was getting from my mom. Second trimester, he ends up. My mom miscarried my twin.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was born, my eye color will fluctuate between green and blue. I don't know if it's because of it, but I think I might have split personality.
Yeah, dude. There's
you don't fucking say. Really?
There's a lot of lore
My
about
cousin
that.
had this whole idea that what if you in your other reality you knew that you weren't going to do anything in that one, that it was going to suck, and so you jumped to this one thinking, oh, it's going to be better, and the Kale that was here had to die.
Mm-hmm.
So you replaced him. But when you jump universes, you restart as a fetus.
Mm-hmm.
You have to basically check in and go
That's
through
a
the whole
really
thing.
cool theory.
He's like, what if when you jumped over, the reason nothing in your life has gone right is because there wasn't supposed to be a Kale in this universe.
No.
And dude, I was fucked after that.
Dude, you probably let that fucking
As soon as
resonate
I'm wasted,
for a hot minute. Oh, you're dumb.
and I fucking grabbed my dad pen out of my pocket. Fuck.
Just freaking the fuck out.
I'm over here just like hyperventilating
because it made too much sense.
Because I believe in the multiverse. I 100%.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Like the whole deja vu theory that
dude.
when you have deja vu, it's all of the universes collecting on one moment and then
he's seen me do a deja vu thing when I did like a jump kick parkour thing off something. He's like, what did you just do? I was like, I just had deja vu. So like I'm throwing off the butterfly effect by knowing I didn't just do a parkour off the side of that fucking bathroom. And Mike's like, okay. I was like, the only reason I remember it's because probably something bad happened.
Yep.
It's the only reason I'm recognizing it. So I'm just going to change the trajectory just knowing I didn't do a jump 360 kick off that bathroom.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I hate it. I hate deja vu moments.
Too.
It scares the fucking shit out of me.
Me too. It scares the shit out of me.
I want to puke.
You guys ever heard of, I think it's called cosmic immortality, where you are technically, your existence is immortal. But when you end up dying, like say you're in a plane crash, that branch of you that decided not to get on that plane or that plane doesn't crash keeps living. So your spirit ends up, your main spirit ends up jumping to that.
What?
So
that would explain.
You're dying all the time.
Yeah.
Based on the decisions you make.
But you only see
one set line that continues on.
Where you live.
Yeah.
And you'll just end up living kind of forever, immortality. And that explains also like the NPC characters in real life, because that's not their main spirit. The body's just waiting to see if it becomes.
That explains a lot of my ex-girlfriends, NPCs.
Yep.
No pussy control.
You've never seen.
They're out fucking everybody and their brother.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the series Travelers?
Shit. I haven't.
Dude, Travelers is like this series that is about that, where we figured out how to time travel. And it's set like they are in the future, but they send people back into these like deadbeat like candidates, like a heroin addict that nobody's gonna miss that's on the sidewalk. They know that people have already written off totally. Like they'll send back a consciousness to there, and hopefully like it will change the like path of time that happened towards then. So they sent like a guy back to like prevent 9/11 and stuff like that, where they're trying to like fix that. But then these people are also stuck back in this like time era as well. And they're like just trying to figure out who the fuck they are other than this mission that they were sent on, because they're not always brought immediately back if they're not worth bringing back.
Yeah.
And it's like this whole like consciousness like thing of being able to be like transported into different bodies willingly or unwillingly, and then just ending up along that route. So like whatever the person's original like personality was is just gone, and like they try to have you reintegrate to their life so no one notices. But it's like, say like this junkie was supposed to overdose and he did die, but instead they sent this consciousness from the future into his body and he comes back alive with that. So like he did die.
Yeah.
Or like this guy was like, got hit by a car, and then that's right the moment they send this new consciousness in is the moment that guy got like killed, hit by the car, and his consciousness died. They'll send a new one in there and he'll like wake up. And it was like they were just reintegrating.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah. They were exactly. And that was like a fucking really crazy theory to think of.
Fucking nuts to think that that's actually happening. Because you think about all these people like throughout your life that like, you know, we're a hardcore junkie.
Yeah.
And then they had that OD moment and now they're a fucking new person.
Yep.
And it's like,
isn't that weird?
You know,
these like, you know, near death like experiences like change people forever.
Yeah.
Speaking of something similar to that, like you guys have seen the TV show Altered Carbon.
Yes, that's dude. That's what it's talking about. Like jumping.
Yeah.
You're the only other person I met that's seen Altered Carbon.
What's awesome about
the
Altered
skin
Carbon?
Jumping, dude.
What's awesome about that? The Chinese physicist with like the long white hair. You know who I'm talking about?
Michio Kaku
was talking about downloading the human consciousness in a video recently, and that they're almost there.
Oh, with the memory AI, stacks, like the mind stacks, how they have an Altered Carbon.
So with AI, they're basically trying to figure out how they can download
it's a living
memories and like your essence or your soul essentially. And That's what altered carbon
Yeah,
was.
altered carbon. They found
you have a disc in your neck.
They found this material that's this like living carbon that's like serves as a living flash drive for humans. So everyone has this in their like brainstem, and it just downloads all your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and memories from your whole life.
Yeah.
And then like with your body dies, they take your like little stack and they'll store them like, you know, in like the like government and like say,
like the Elon Musks and the Jeff Bezos, those guys have 13 different skins of the body that they're like 47
They clone themselves in their normal body, and they can live. What was the guy's name? Lawrence, whatever. No, it was Lawrence something. Whatever. But their family was like had been living for like 350 years or 450 years. They've been alive forever because they're just eternal because they have so much money to never have to die.
And he was the only person who had multiple backups.
Lawrence Bancroft.
He had multiple backups of his consciousness.
Yeah, which nobody has.
No one else in the world. He's the only person. And so like somebody kills him.
Yep.
And he reanimates and pulls this guy, Takashi Kovacs, out of deep sleep. He's a fucking assassin.
He was like a mercenary guerrilla warrior.
Yeah.
Like
the universe's greatest fucking assassins. And so they bring him out of cryo sleep to figure out his
to find out the rich guy's murder, and he spun him up.
It's fucking awesome.
So you're talking about downloading your consciousness and being able to save it.
And then
do you think all you are your memories?
I mean, I think,
or do you think you're more than your memories?
Memories are the only thing you get to take with you.
Yeah, but if you just saved your memories and put them somewhere else, is that you anymore? If it's a completely different body?
They have a hard time. They have a hard time, like when you first get back into a different body with your original consciousness. There's like this series of like paranoia. And
I'm just not saying in that series. I'm saying in reality.
No, you're getting a little more philosophical.
Yeah, I'm getting philosophical with this shit. I'm digging deep because I feel like
I agree with you to an extent.
Yeah, I do.
Because I mean, obviously you're going to lose a little essence of yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah, because the thing that dictates how you respond is to any stimuli. Your memories certainly help with what you've learned in the past to make better decisions in the future.
Well, I mean, you got to think of it this way.
But it's just not all. I don't remember half of my life.
Yeah,
right now I can retrieve those, but right now I'm just kind of running, doing my thing. It's how I feel. My body kind of dictates what chemicals are happening.
Right.
But I don't know,
it's the nature nurture kind of type thing. Like I may still know not to make this decision, but just me might make that bad decision again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like we have a spirit, maybe not in a way that we could fathom or describe, but the thought that nothing is telling the brain to start thinking, the information is just sparks itself.
Yeah, that's true.
At some point, and it's not physically written anywhere.
Right.
There might be microtubules in your brain and the axons or whatever going on there that might have something that resembles a recording, but it's not physically there. It's just a bunch of nerve tips that don't have endings.
That's the thing is that's what they've found out is that through these brain scans and shit, they've actually figured out that it does store. It's not just coming out of nowhere. Your brain actually stores data is what they're saying.
Well, yeah, and they can.
What they're trying to do with the AI is to figure out how to map it to unlock that stuff and retrieve it.
Through fMRIs, you can see regions of the brain lighting up during certain tasks, but people with brain injuries will have different parts of their brain light up. So it's not specifically stored in areas. Those areas are just activating at a certain moment. And what starts the spark of electricity that moves through is nothing, right? Because you can't make or destroy energy.
Yeah.
The energy's not in you, but all of a sudden it lights up from something else that isn't your brain.
Well, I mean, energy is in you. I mean,
atoms it's flowing through us.
Yeah, I mean, like we are energy.
Energy is everything. So like it's things that are solid have energy that are holding them solid.
Right.
Or our movements, a type of kinetic energy. It's not this free flow. But like think about your brain is creating a thought. But the spark that starts the thought is generated by the brain as well. So if the brain can't think without having the spark Where's the spark come from if the brain doesn't generate it? You feel me?
No, I'm completely fucking lost.
So the brain will tell you, you think with your brain will light up in a certain region, right?
Yeah.
But your brain can't think before that.
Sure it can.
With electricity.
Yeah.
But there's nothing there to start the thought.
Sure there is.
What's the thing that tells the brain to start working?
You do.
Your spirit.
Your brain.
But your brain's the control center.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about like head versus your heart type thing.
So does your body
Your heart doesn't control anything other than
but you're talking about like the
No,
spirit.
I know.
Yeah. You're right there.
So your body would
It
send
controls my penis.
a chemical signal.
Yeah.
But the brain tells the body what to do.
Absolutely.
But so the brain's telling the body to send a signal back to itself?
Yes.
So say your brain just started.
Works, yeah.
Say if your brain just started.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
if your
no
brain,
memories at all, like infant brain, like fresh
Your
slate.
brain just materialized in your body and it'll just start working.
Yeah.
There's no so the brain can't tell itself to work if the first thought isn't there.
Yeah, I guess that's something that's like
yeah, but I mean that's what consciousness is when you're like 5-6 years old. It's like
and
the
younger
brain
than that,
essentially.
so we have no idea.
You're talking about an engine that's already running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just going right now.
Yeah.
Right? So there is
it never turns off. I mean,
it keeps
the minute
going.
You gain consciousness, it's on.
But like an engine needs fuel and water. The engine doesn't create those things.
Right, but you never turn the engine off, so you don't need that spark. Like I get what you're saying, but like the engine's already on. Like you don't need the igniter. You don't need the.
It's more like a nuclear engine. How it's just kind of going.
It's just infinite.
There has to be a spark.
I get where you're coming from. Like to an extent, like yeah, there has to be something that initializes
at the Planck state.
Yeah, like if we're just starting from the fucking table, there has to be something that gets it to here.
Yeah.
Like, I get where you're coming. There has to be something that stimulates the thought to the brain for the brain to even think of the thought.
Yeah.
I get that. But like that's what I was saying is like they're figuring out how to map that and to understand where that starting point is and where the ending point is and how to extract that data. That's the theory behind it, is that eventually using this AI mapping, the same way they've used AI mapping for Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff like that. They're doing the same exact thing to try and replicate the soul, essentially, like we were saying. But I get where you're coming from, because without, it's hard to...
Something to start the thought.
It's hard to, because...
It's hard to even grasp that.
Yeah, because like it's like trying to understand how big the fucking galaxy is. Like, how are you going to rationalize how many fucking stars are in that photo?
Or if the galaxy's small. You know there's no picture of our galaxy?
Yeah.
They're just renders.
Yeah.
Artist renditions, because there hasn't been a spacecraft that's been able to go out far enough to look back and take a picture of our own galaxy. Yeah. Everything in the textbooks is just, but we just like learn it. You start delving into quantum mechanics when you come to the point of
that's where it gets scary.
Of like, because microtubules is what you're talking about when like information is written.
Yeah.
Almost. Right. And then they look into these microtubules and they see information, but they just don't really, it's not really there because those microtubules change. Your entire brain changes in 11 years. All the cells change out, but we still remember. Ooh, the fucking vapes.
Yeah,
that's
what it was.
I was like sitting.
I heard it earlier and I looked at Mike.
Like, is that my vape?
Yeah, these ones make a weird hum. Definitely cancer.
Sorry, guys.
My favorite ones, though. I was just tweaking because we were chasing that fucking buzz one day.
Oh,
dude.
So
go ahead.
I was gonna say along the lines of you were saying like no one's taking a photo of our galaxy or whatever. I was watching this video earlier. He's a physicist, younger British dude. Looks like James Blunt. You know what I'm talking about? He's always on Joe Rogan and PBS and shit. He's a younger guy. But he was talking about like trying to conceptualize the shape of our universe. And he's like, it could be a flat piece of paper.
Yeah, we have no idea.
It could be a football. He goes, it could be a bowl.
A toroid.
He goes,
could be
just
toroidal.
think for a second, like we have no fucking.
It's just infinitely expanding, but into like what directions and like who chooses. You know, I just imagine like a fucking like circle that's just constantly like going. But what is on the outside of what's on the outside of it? Yeah, what's it pushing away? Like what's it pushing into?
The null.
Dude, it's so scary to me. Void. You know when you're in like 6th or 7th grade and you're in like earth science class and they tell you that like one day that the sun is going to burn out and explode, and you have that like 13-year-old realization. You're like, literally sun's gonna explode and it's gonna destroy everything like within a fucking gajillion miles.
It's gonna blow out.
I like went home that day and like told my mom, I was like, why do we even do anything if the sun's gonna explode?
Right?
We're all gonna I'll die. She's like, the sun's not gonna like die out and explode for
30,000 years.
Yeah, for like thousands and thousands of years. Like, and
but still having that thought in the back of your head.
First time when you're a kid, you don't even have a grasp on what's important to you and what life is, and they're like, you know,
I haven't even gotten laid
everything's
yet.
gonna blow up. Basically, being told that you're gonna get nuked eventually.
Well, I mean, there's asteroids and shit flinging through the universe. We're just like rocks just running around. It's going to take us out. Not including like volcanoes and shit like that.
Dude.
Well, you saw those ones in Iceland going off, right?
They're all going off.
Dude, this necklace Nina gave me is moldavite, which came off of a meteor. It's like technically not a crystal. It's melted glass from a fucking meteor, which is like one of the most like expensive, rare crystals.
Yeah.
And there's like a ton of really cool information about it. But she's told me about it so much about being like, if you just put your intention into it and believe. And I'm like, that sounds like fucking magic. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of really cool, like, I'm a big science guy. Yeah, like I have a fucking opal next to it and like crystal bracelets on.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm like, they all have an electric charge and like have the ability to like intake and like exude electrical and like magnetic like frequencies, but I'm like, I'm not just gonna like believe in this one and it's gonna make my life
it's
better.
like the 40-year-old men that get those copper fucking bracelets.
If copper did anything for you health wise, I would be the most the healthiest person. I got shavings of copper in my fucking skin.
Yeah, in his lungs.
I remember playing baseball back when I was in high school.
My god, those
every fucking piece of shit
balance bracelets
had those fucking balance bracelets
and the necklace too. The baseball players always had that like fucking braided,
and they'd have two of them braided together, and it's like, dude, you guys are a bunch of fucking cunts.
Do you really think it makes you that much better? Yeah,
no, it's a mental thing.
It's the same thing with the fucking pit vipers. If
placebo.
I saw somebody with pit vipers, I'd slap the shit out of them.
I hate that because I wore pit vipers like 6-7 years ago at least. I was the guy. And they blew the fuck up, and I have pairs of them that I don't wear just because I don't want to look like a douchebag. Yeah. And I fucking loved those. They were so unique and cool to me that like I got them in college. So like, at least 8 years ago.
And there was intention behind the pit vipers.
And they were, you were the guy, you were the one guy that had the pit vipers. Well, and
the reason that they were so big, they were for fishing.
Oh, dude, I loved them. I loved those, dude. I loved them so much.
Like, that's the reason they come all the fucking way down here.
And so they wrapped around. The new ones don't even wrap around. The new one, the old ones had the wraparound glass. And now the new ones, they don't even put the fucking side glass on them anymore. I'm like, that sucks. You guys took the fun out of this. Every douchebag in the world wearing them out at night to bars and shit.
Yeah, now it's become oversaturated.
Yeah,
it's
fucking just took the fucking cool out of it, which happens with pretty much everything that I end up liking. People take the fun out of.
Yeah, like my girlfriends.
Yeah, we all just fucking ran through her.
Or
he's like a brother, Kale.
Oh god,
you fuck your brother? Is that what you do in your family?
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
Every girl that cheated on me,
dude.
Every one of them.
The red dude. I always tell him that. Like, I don't care. Like, there is a double standard. Like, my girl best friend is not the same as your male best friend. Because my girl best friend, if we were going to have sex, we would have already had sex.
Yeah.
Like, a girl that I don't have sex with is a unicorn to still be my friend. Like, that's the defining thing is I don't have girlfriends, but I have, like, one of my best friends, Marissa. I've known her my whole fucking life. And, like, we've never hooked up ever. And she's, like, my sister now at this point. But, like, the guys that are just like lingering around and wanting to be your friend, I'm telling you,
waiting.
Straight up, they are waiting.
Yeah, they're waiting.
So like,
they got for you to fuck up. Cry on.
Yeah, this guy that you won't fucking block, like, because he's your friend. But as soon as we break up, I'm blocked instantly. Get the fuck out of here. With
fucking
that.
Bitches.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that.
Fucking Jordan, I was with that bitch for so fucking long. Years.
I don't even care about you blocking people. Yeah. It's the fact that you won't do it on your own terms.
Yeah,
that you won't just be like, hey, like,
and
this guy keeps texting
30 excuses for why you won't. But like you said, the minute we break up, regardless if it's good or bad,
Yep.
I'm blocked.
I'm gone. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Like-
That's the biggest fucking. That's
So
the biggest
you could
guilty.
have done this all along,
Mhm.
but it was just what reason?
See, you obviously don't mind doing it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but when it's on your terms to do it.
Well, and that's another thing, man. It's like I'm not telling you what to do. As your partner, I'm asking you to do something that will please me.
Yeah.
The same way if you ask me to do something to please you.
Mhm.
It's not
It's a two-way street.
it's
right?
not me being your dad.
Yeah.
It's not me trying to police you.
And
It
I
is
can-
me understanding the male patterns
Yep.
and understanding that I have friends. Well, not anymore. I had
No,
friends
We're not friends.
that were these pieces of shit that would go out of their way.
Oh yeah.
I know that future exists. I know there's a motherfucker out there that will come over and have sex with my woman just because he can.
Yep.
Mhm.
He
Yep.
doesn't want anything from you. All he wants is that look in my fucking eyes when he sees that he's taking you from me.
Yep.
He doesn't give a fuck if you're happy. He's over there to do one thing, and that is conquer.
Yeah.
Would you fuck a clone of yourself?
Absolutely. Have you seen me?
Yep. Me
Yeah,
too.
dude.
Wait, does that mean it doesn't come with a vagina if it's a clone?
No, dude.
No.
You're
I'd probably make out with myself, but
P to
I don't
B.
know.
You would jack each other off.
I don't think I'd fuck myself, but like, you know,
I'd fuck
Like-
myself in the butt.
Yeah.
like we'd put on like a basketball game and I'd just be like, all right, man,
Yeah.
I'm next. Like at halftime, we're switching.
Facts.
Like-
Facts.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
I know it only takes 3 minutes. Like, let's go.
You should know
Like,
what you're
not
doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never had to grip it from this angle.
Wow, is your dick smaller than mine?
Dude, I'm not gonna
Is that what my
lie.
dick looks
I enjoy like a good fucking handy more than I do head from a girl.
Yeah, true.
Because like head kind of gets annoying sometimes. You're either a fucking 10
I
at
feel
it
you.
or you're a 2 at it, and it's annoying.
Nope.
I feel
So
you.
like,
There's never been a single
Dude.
moment in my entire life where a girl has grabbed my dick and I'm be like, that's the trick.
dude,
Yeah.
I do.
the little thumb action in there.
They're
like,
either way too aggressive
Yeah.
or they're just like,
No.
Well, you have to teach them.
Yeah. It's like-
why? They play with dildos all day, every day.
They don't know how to. The dildo didn't talk back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought they didn't want us to talk.
True.
True.
So
I don't want you to talk,
exactly.
little bitch.
What's up?
No,
All
but
right.
I'm dead serious.
All right, we're fucking closing this shit down. Unless you got something else to say.
Hand jobs or head in the comments. Let me know.
Hand
Hey,
jobs or head
head.
to the 3 people watching.
Yeah.
No,
One of them's probably gonna be me.
Cody, what do you want? Hand jobs or head?
Cody,
Yeah.
did you
Much
scream out the last time you were? Did you do the whole gorilla thing?
Lord have mercy. I'm about to.
All right, from the roach infested studio, this was the LavaSlug podcast. The slugs are fucking signing out.
Fucking out of here. Fuck you.
Follow us on Patreon or
Yeah.
give us money.